Hello, Marcus Lim here with a bit of a blast from the past this time. And I call it a blast from the past because this book is not new, it's actually pretty old. It's one of the oldest books that I have, but I never got to, unbox it or unwrap it because this was way before I started doing any unboxing videos. So this came out the same time as the original animated movie of Mulan, which was 1998. So that's like more than 20 years ago, like 22 years ago. Okay, so yeah, so this is a bit of a reflection, to pardon the pun, reflection on this beloved animated classic. And I guess along the way I'll also point out some of the differences between the original animated movie and the latest 2020 live action movie, which just got released. So I thought now's a good time to actually have a look back at this original animated movie art book. So yeah, so there you go, Art of Mulan. And the cover, as you see, this is the original promotional poster for the movie, the animated movie. The 2020 version, live action version, also recreates this. Obviously it's got live action live actor, so Mulan played by Liu Yifei. But it's a recreation of this original iconic image of Mulan and the horse. And if I remove the jacket, okay, so just show you the back. Just looks like that. Okay, just the scene from the movie before the army descending. But without the jacket, this is pretty cool, right? This is like a gold embossed Mulan title with a dragon, very oriental looking. Is appropriate. Art of Mulan. So this was actually published by Hyperion Books back in those days. This is actually out of print, right? It's long out of print. But I think early this year Disney actually did a reissue of this. So you can actually get it, but obviously not this first printing because this is long out of print. So let's have a look at the book. So this is Hua Mulan, the Chinese, in Chinese, Mandarin. So Art of Mulan. So contents, see that the book is split into 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first bit is about, I guess, the myth, the background of Mulan. The second is the journey of discovery, about, I think, the preparation before making the movie. Part 3 is the production, part 4 is a bit of journey's end, like reflecting on the movie and its impact and all that. One thing to point out, right, is that it's a nice touch to have these, I guess, headings written vertically, top to bottom, in the style of traditional Chinese calligraphy, right? Okay, so introduction. It doesn't really say who the introduction is by. I guess there's no special foreword or anything. So it's also pretty nice, as you can see, this transparent overlay with like a famous Chinese quote. A journey of 1,000 leagues begins with a single step, right? Okay, so this is part 1, which is the journey of discovery. The background, background of the Mulan legend. And here is the actual original, or the English translation of the original Mulan poem, right? It says an anonymous writer, AD 450, right? So yeah, it's like a really old poem, maybe 100,500 years old poem, which kind of like forms the basis of the Mulan legend. Alright, so here goes. Gonna flick through this. like some traditional Chinese artwork of Mulan putting on her armor. Okay. Yeah, these are all like stills from the movie, and then there's also kind of like visual development sketches as well. Alright, I'm just gonna flip through this. You can see there's like storyboards as well. And then here we come to part 2 now. Again, you see the transparent overlay. This is a journey of discovery, which basically is about the trip that the production team took to China in order to do their research to get the look and feel right. Alright, so you can see they've gone to all these places, right, in China. That's a research trip. Xi'an, for instance, they went there just so that they could make the get the look to look authentic. So Guilin. And then I guess that's the Imperial Palace. Alright, so now we come to part 3 now. So this is the actual production. So you can see there's a lot of visual stills from the animated movie, right? And as well as all these visual development stuff. Now this is the image on the back cover that I was showing you before. It's actually computer generated imagery for the Han attack. Okay, so now we come to the actual characters. So here's Mulan. Now in the animated movie, she was voiced by Ming-Na Wen, who also made a cameo in the live action 2020 version. Sort of like passing the torch, right, from her to the new Mulan, who's Liu Yifei. So yeah, so this is Mulan, and then we've got the father, right? And here we got the love interest Shang. Now in the live action version, this character is not actually in the live action. Instead, his character got split into two. The Commander Tong and also a new character called Hui Hun. So Commander Tong played by Donnie Yen and Hui Hun played by Yo Son An, who is the love interest. So they decided that not to make the commanding general to be the love interest, which it was in the case of the animated movie, which felt a little bit wrong, right, to them. I guess it worked in the animated movie, but you know, in the live action they were going for something more realistic. So yeah, here are the three sidekicks, which I think they're also in the live action movie. And here's Mushu the dragon, which actually is not in the live action movie, because yeah, for one thing, again, they wanted the live action to be more realistic, right? And so this wouldn't have worked. The other reason is the Chinese didn't respond well to having a dragon for comic relief. It was seen as a little bit disrespectful, because dragons are supposed to be marvelous, magnificent creatures for the Chinese to be respected, right? So they got rid of Mushu. and instead they replaced it with the Phoenix in a live action. Now the character of Cricket also was cut, but I think there is a character called Cricket, a human character. So I guess that's the replacement for the Cricket. Horse. General Lee. Also Shang Li's dad. And then the grandma. Now the bad guy, interestingly, in a live action, so this is Shen Yu in the animated movie, but in the live action there's actually Bori Khan, who's not a Han, so it's more true to the original legend, because this is a in the live action it's a Roran instead of a Han. But in the live action there's Bori Khan, and there's also the sorceress played by Gong Li, and they're both kind of like in cahoots with each other. So, and here's the Emperor. The Emperor in the live action is played by Jet Li. Whereas this one, the voice is voiced by the famous Mr. Miyagi, Pat Morita. Now here's an interesting storyboard art of Mulan cutting her hair, which was in the animated version but not in the live action. Because in the live action version they reckon that it just didn't make sense, because apparently Chinese soldiers have long hair anyway, so cutting the hair didn't make much sense. So it's actually not in the live action. In live action she actually has her long hair all the way through. In fact, she actually decided to reveal herself to be a woman at some point in the movie, revealing her long hair in all its glory actually. So we'll come to the end now, so part 4, Journey's End. So this is a short section. Okay. Just something about how this was done in Florida, meaning in Mulan, sincerity and balance. Mulan made me do it. Alright. And so yeah, so that's it for this quick look at this long out of print book. 22-year-old book. But yeah, as I mentioned, there is a new printing available from Disney, not from Hyperion Books. So yeah, so you can check it out. Although there are some changes. I think there's a new forward or introduction by Thomas Schumacher. President of Walt Disney Studios. And also apparently there's some additional artwork. Not quite sure what it is. Like, if you know about it, I definitely would appreciate some comments below this video. And lastly, so not sure if they are going to do an art book on the live action Mulan 2020. I mean, they've done that for all the previous remakes, right? Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, so it's hard to imagine them not doing it, but we'll see. Yeah, but in the meantime, hope you enjoyed this quick look at this blast from the past, Art of Mulan book. So if you're a Mulan fan, I definitely want to check this out. And for, excuse another pun, if I say it will add honor to your bookshelf to have this on your shelf. And yeah, so that's it from me. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in another video.